the Tobacconist, which was the first tobacco store opened here in Victoria, and it's been maintained to look like it did when it was first opened. So it does look quite neat inside.
What year it's open?
In the late 1800s, I believe the 1880s, 1890s. The Bank of Montreal, built by Francis Ranford. It has been converted into a maritime hub. And here we have the Union Bank of Canada, which is now New Balance and Nomad Shoes. And here we do have W&J Wilson's Clothers, opened in 1862. Is the oldest store to remain the same store here in Victoria, being open since 1862. We didn't have a hotel yet, so most of them had to stay in little white tents around the downtown core. These were all dirt roads. It was fall and we're in a temperate rainforest. The roads would get so muddy, the horses would sink chest deep into the mud and get the whole winter off. And this building here, the New England, opened in 1858 with additions done in 1892. Was our first hotel. Now, since the road would get so muddy, store owners actually hired archers to shoot messages across the road so they wouldn't get their feet muddy. Oldest one in all of North America. The only one older is in San Francisco.
That looks like Chinatown.
What?
Chinatown.
Yeah. And we are entering under the gates of Harmony with twin lions to welcome our way. And since we are Canada's oldest Chinatown, we still have a working payphone. You don't see many of those anymore. And since we are Canada's smallest Chinatown, we have Canada's skinniest road. It is called Bantan Alley, but it somehow sneaked its way onto Canadian maps. So it has gotten its own little street sign, and on Canadian maps it is written in as a road. However, I would not suggest driving down it, as our horse might fit, but the rest of the carriage probably wouldn't. Their goods would come via boat, and they didn't want traffic in the downtown core, so they built the city up a story to allow tunnels. And because of this, if you walk around downtown Victoria and see little purple squares, those are the original skylights, and they started off clear, but the city bought such cheap glass, the UVA and UVB rays turned them purple with time. But the politicians came up with an excuse, or at least they thought it was a good excuse. They said it was so on purpose, so that men couldn't look up women's skirts. And the same thing happened in Seattle, so not just our silly politicians. And this is the other side of that other customs building that is currently, this is the only part standing. And here we do have a statue commemorating 100 years of the Canadian Navy, put in May 4th, 2010. visitor center, which has everything you can possibly do here in Victoria. So if you get bored, it's a great place to check out.
Chinese violin. Thank you. 谢谢。
What way do you want to walk down, Natasha? Straight. Because I want to walk into some of the souvenir shops too.
Мы думали, что это только тур. Самолеты взлетают, над городом делают круг, и на этом все заканчивается. А тут оказывается, сейчас объявили, что люди летят в Сиэтл. Это Вашингтон. И это Америка. Это настоящий аэропорт.
Маленький аэропорт.
Маленькие самолеты на водных лыжах садятся на воду и взлетают с воды. А мы думали, это Шарашкина контора.
Просто так тебе отдохнуть.
А это аэропорт.
Папа, все серьезно.
Я серьезно.
Ты серьезно?
Мама, ты хорошо подумала? Заснимай, как он взлетает. Это ж лодка, а не самолет. К лодке приделали два крыла и все. Он сейчас полетит.
Мы сейчас полетим на самолетике. Ну это куда маленький, мы на маленьком тоже такой полетим.
Да нет, мы ведь туда идем.
Вот это вот,
Что
наверное.
більше мало.
Вот это.
Это ж он движется за счет своего винта.
Да?
Да, у него ж нет в воде не
Когда он
пропеллера.
начнет уже? Ой, мамочка, як не потом. Мама, я думаю, они не хотят потом. Все, мы сидим в Кристине.
That's too crazy, mama.
Сам захотел.
Airplane too small. It's not an airplane, it's a boat.
Okay, so everyone has found their seatbelts? Super. So just before we get rolling, there's a short safety video. Can I borrow your map for a moment? Okay, so for those of you with the maps, if you have it on, it's okay. It's in a...
Немного трясло, немного
Много трясло, да. Самолет маленький. но
Трясло.
ничего, да. Все хорошо.